Hey, I'm Trey. I'm from southeastern Kentucky in a little town called London of about 8,000 people. And growing up, I didn't really notice that opportunities came easy to rural students like myself. Just felt like things were a little bit distant. They were out there, and you kind of had to reach to get what you wanted. And a few years ago, I made the decision to follow a motto to take every opportunity. Take every opportunity. That's kind of been my life's motto for the last little bit. That's just so something don't pass you by, and you can take the chance to learn something new. Down here is especially important because oftentimes things don't come around twice. That mindset has really changed my life, and it's changed the way that I look at internships or fellowships or school programs. Just taking every opportunity and taking the next step to get things done. One of the better examples I can give of this is just from a few weeks ago. I've always been the kind of guy who was interested in federal service, and kind of one of those avenues was the U.S. Marshal Service. And there's kind of a main office about an hour from where I'm at, and I knew I was interested in that opportunity, so I emailed a lady who's in HR up there and said, "Hey, would you care if I came and shadowed for a little bit?" She graciously said yes, and within the next few days, I was up there, kind of getting a tour of the building, getting shown the ropes a little bit. And the lady that was over HR, she took me out to lunch, and when I offered to pay for my lunch, she paid herself. She paid for my lunch, and that was just really special. And I insisted that I pay for my own lunch. And she recalled that whenever she was growing up and coming up and trying to learn new things, that there was plenty of people who invested in her, plenty of lunches bought, and she wants to pay it forward. That's really stuck with me, and it just was really eye opening to the kind of people that are out there and willing to help you. You just got to ask. That opportunity has opened plenty of other doors since then. She's introduced me to folks at the U.S. Attorney's Office for internship opportunities, and it's really been kind of a career altering encounter that I had, and just really meaningful. And it really goes to show with putting in little effort, sending an email, just the vastness of where one little email can take you. And that experience made me realize something, that success isn't always about being the smartest person in the room. While it may seem like it needs to be, it's not. That's especially true here in Appalachia. People may not have a lot of money to give, but there's one thing more valuable that they can give, and that's their time. And that's what was given to me during my shadowing visit with U.S. Marshal Service. The just a willingness to talk to somebody for an hour, 20 minutes, whatever it may be, create warm introductions, and give people encouragement as they're looking to build towards careers that they have built towards over the course of 30 years. It really means a lot. And I think the most valuable thing that we have in rural communities is taking advantage of people who are willing to give their time and put effort into investing in the future generation down here. I think that's so important. And I think that's an underutilized resource for a lot of students as well. We really need to take advantage of the people who've been doing this and know the ropes and know how to get into stuff. And it all can start with one simple ask. And looking at it from another angle, I want to highlight an organization that's really doing some great work to involve rural students without them having to ask, but really making a direct effort to reach out to them. And that's Citizens and Scholars, formerly the Institute for Citizens and Scholars. I've had the privilege of serving on their Youth Advisory Council for the past few months now, and they've really done incredible work, and I'm proud to be a part of that team. They're making intentional efforts to attract rural students, and they've noted that there's really a lack of representation of rural students in civic circles. So they're reaching out, they're contacting schools, they're doing everything they can to get more rural students involved. And we as rural students got to be ready to take the jump, to take that opportunity and take that step. We understand these communities as rural students. We know what we need, and it's important that organizations like Citizens and Scholars, or whatever it may be, take the time to understand that rural students need to be at the table. We know the strengths and challenges that we faced. We know them. We need to have a way to, or an outlet to express what we really think on these issues, and how we can improve our communities. And just looking at this specific example, civic spaces, because oftentimes that's dominated by students in larger cities with more access to opportunities like this. So it's important that rural students are really given a seat at the table. Now, if I could tell institutions one thing, it would be to never assume that there's no rural students interested, because that's simply not true. Rural students around the country are interested in opportunities that they have to offer. we've just never been invited in some cases, or never had the opportunity to learn about it, because we don't run in the same circles a lot of times that students in more populated areas do. It's just a fact. But as rural students as well, just on what we can do, we have to, like I said, take the jump. We have to be ready to accept these opportunities when they do come our way. I've experienced that firsthand. Like I said, sending one email, it just made all the difference. But what kind of difference would it make if institutions were initiating the contact, or employers, or mentorships, apprenticeships, whatever it may be? What if they were initiating the conversation and trying to drive towards rural students more like citizens and scholars? What if they were doing that? What would things look like, and would the picture be any different? Now, I've been fortunate. I've had plenty of people who've invested in me and have taken the time to show me the ropes and help me learn new things. Complete strangers that saw potential in me before I saw it in myself. That's really true. And every opportunity like that I've had has reminded me that success is not something that we accomplish on our own. It's a group effort in a lot of ways. And my hope is that years from now, I'm able to do the exact same thing that the lady from the U.S. Marshal Service did for me. Just be generous with my time and invest in people. And I think that can be a good lesson for all of us, young and old and in between. Take an email, buy a lunch, make an introduction, just the little things. That's really what matters. So it's been a privilege to be on this Rooted and Rising journey so far. It's been so much fun. I know this is the last step that I'll take in the program, but feel free to keep up with me. It's been such a privilege to share this and be a part of the Center for Rising Generations. I've been really blessed to be able to contribute to this, and I'm looking forward to the next steps, and just wish you all well.